Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do a little bit of a book haul. I got to go out a little bit today. Um, Found a little shelf for some of my CDs that are using in this window, and that was nice. Get the overflow out of the way. Found a few CDs which I'm not going to show. There was a Cecilia Bartoli, Naxos, Leonard, Bernstein, Smetana, like a little collection. And something else I can't remember. Sir George Schulte's Wagner's The Ring. I got the whole set, but it was the highlights. But I wanted to show you the books. So I'll start off here with nonfiction. And this is The Nature of Vermont. Pretty well-known volume up here. It's by Charles W. Johnson. Revised and expanded edition, University Press of New England, out of Hanover and London. 1980 was the original, and 1998 is this. It's very handy. It shows like the peopling of the area, peopling of the land. It's pretty amply illustrated. Silhouettes of some of the birds. Here's a fox. Let's see what else we got here. Black bear, got plenty of those. And coyotes, there we have on the top is a mink, and on the bottom is a fisher. I have seen both here more than once. But the fisher I saw at our last place we lived in, it was pretty menacing looking. I've seen the fishers on the side of the road when they had bad encounters with vehicles. So, yeah, just a good overview of the wildlife here. So good to have on the shelf, and the revised edition is the one to have. Then on fiction, this one here I'm taking a bit of a chance. I read Naked Lunch and was not a huge fan by William Burroughs. And I don't know. I've decided to give this one a shot. This is Cities of the Red Knight, old trade paperback. I don't know if you can see that, those of you who know it. It's Halt, Reinhardt, and Winston out of New York, an owl book. I think it would survive a reading. This is copyright 1981. And it looks like the first owl book edition of 1982. So we will find out how good or not that it is. If any of you know, let me know in the comments. Good, by good I mean, does it fit something in my wheelhouse? It might be good to somebody else, even if I didn't like it. Then the next one here is Liam Callanan, Paris by the Book, a novel. You hear my son trudging up the stairs. He just turned 9 yesterday. This is Dutton, and this is from 2018. The first paperback printing is January 2019, and obviously this is the paperback. So, when eccentric novelist Robert Adey abruptly vanishes, the only clue left behind for his family is 4 unexpected plane tickets to Paris. Hoping to uncover more clues and her husband, Leah sets off for France with her daughters. Upon their arrival, she discovers an unfinished manuscript, one Robert had been secretly writing, and that he has set in Paris. The 80 girls follow the path of the manuscript to a small, floundering English-language bookstore whose weary proprietor is eager to sell. Leah accepts the offer on the spot. As the family settles into their new Parisian life, they trace the literary paths of beloved Parisian classics, hoping the books will lead them to Robert. But a series of startling discoveries forces Leah to consider that she may not be ready for what solving this mystery might do to her family and the Paris she thought she knew. Charming, haunting, I can't speak tonight, and triumphant, Paris by the Book follows one woman's journey as she writes her own story, exploring the power of family and the magic that hides within the pages of a book. So if anybody's read that, let me know. New to me. Then this next one, I got two of these. This is the first Julian Barnes. I have not read a lot of Julian Barnes. Meant to correct that. So this first one is The Only Story. It's a paper. One summer in the 60s, in a suburb south of London, 19-year-old Paul comes home from university and is urged by his mother to join the tennis club. There he's partnered with Susan McLeod, a fine player who's 48, confident, witty, and married, and with two nearly adult daughters. She is a warm companion, her bond with Paul immediate, and soon, inevitably, they are lovers. Basking in the glow of each other, they set up house together in London. Decades later, Paul looks back at how they fell in love and how, gradually, relentlessly, everything fell apart. As he turns over his story in his mind, examining it from different vantage points, he finds himself confronted with the contradictions and slips of his own memory, in the way in which our narratives and our lives shape one another. So, who knows? Might be good. And then the last one, again on Julian Barnes, The Noise of Time, a novel, and this one's a hardback, and pretty familiar looking face on there if you can make it out. And this one is Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 2016. This is first U.S. edition. A compact masterpiece dedicated to the Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich, Julian Barnes' first novel since his best-selling Man Booker Prize winning The Sense of an Ending. In 1936, Shostakovich, just 30, fears for his livelihood and his life. Stalin, hitherto a distant figure, has taken a sudden interest in his work and denounced his latest opera. Now, certain he will be exiled to Siberia, or more likely executed on the spot, Shostakovich reflects on his predicament, his personal history, his parents, various women and wives, his children, and all who are still alive themselves hang in the balance of his fate. And though a stroke of luck prevents him from becoming yet another casualty of the Great Terror, for decades to come he will be held fast under the thumb of despotism. Made to represent Soviet values at a cultural conference in New York City, forced into joining the party and compelled constantly to weigh appeasing those in power against the integrity of his music. Barnes elegantly guides us through the trajectory of Shostakovich's career, at the same time illuminating the tumultuous evolution of the Soviet Union. The result is both a stunning portrait of a relentlessly fascinating man and a brilliant exploration of the meaning of art and its place in society. So this I'm really, really excited to read. There's our author. So this will probably go towards the top of the pile, to be honest with you. It has blurbs by The Observer, the Sunday Times of London, and the Times of Ireland on the back there. So I did not know about this. Like I say, I haven't read Julian Barnes, and it's something I've been meaning to correct. I'll actually probably read that before I read this one here. What is it? The Only Story. So, and then for the rest of the pile here, got Paris by the Book. The one I'm not sure about, Cities of the Red Night. Not had a lot of luck with that author, but that doesn't mean anything. And then The Nature of Vermont, Introduction and a Guide to a New England Environment. So one nonfiction and a bit of fiction. And thank you very much. Thank you, BookTube.